Alright, so the channel's been doing really well lately, and I want to give more back to the community. So we have a challenge this March. Basically, we hit 50,000 subs on the last day of February. So now we're going to start from that checkpoint in March. Every 10,000 subs we get in March, I'll give away one white octane. So let's say we hit 100,000 subs in March, I'll give away 5 white octanes at the end of March. Let's see how many subs we can get in March and how many white octanes you guys are going to end up making me give away. Anyway guys, let's get into this video. You're going to enjoy it. Ah yes, the Nissan Skyline GTR, the car everybody really wish they had on Rocket League because they forgot to buy it when it came out. Well, today I thought I'd go and mod Rocket League and make myself painted versions of the Nissan Skyline because you can't get painted Nissan Skylines. And to be fair, you can't even get Nissan Skylines because, like I said, if you guys didn't buy it originally, you literally have no more chances of getting it. There's no other way to get the Nissan Skyline. But let's say Rocket League did add the Nissan Skyline back. How would it look and would it come painted? Well, today I've made a painted version of the Nissan Skyline and I'll show you all the colors. There are a few limitations with this, but let's get straight into it, shall we? So basically, I just made a custom decal that looked like a painted Nissan Skyline because if you look at the Skyline, there isn't any parts of it really that are grey on the car. There's only the bits on the windows that are grey. Now these bits, if it was to come painted, would normally change, but unfortunately with the mod, I'm not able to change those kind of colours. So those bits will just stay grey, but I do have an image of what it would look like if those did change that I'll show you in a bit. But let me get this custom decal out and show you what it really looks like. So I'll show you my favorite color to start with. If we go to decal texture mod, as you can see, I've got Skyline in all these colors right here. Now my favorite is orange or saffron, so I'll show you orange right here. This is so clean. So as you can see, the front of it is super painted. Then the sides just match up with the trim really nicely. And then obviously we've made it so the spoiler is a permanent orange color. The back is a bit painted as well. Now obviously if I was to do this again, I might improve it a little bit by maybe changing, you see where the lights are at the back, maybe changing the color of the panel around them. That might look cool, but it also might not. But let me tell you, it is very hard to actually do this because on Photoshop, the decal texture I have for the Skyline, some parts of it really make no sense. So for example, this is what it looks like. Now if you take a look and you see these bits right here that I'm highlighting, well, these bits aren't actually anywhere sort of in the middle of the car. They're actually these bits down here. These areas, this tiny area right here, is that bit on the Photoshop texture. And it took me so long to find this exact little bit because it wasn't, you know, like a block on the texture or anything. I had to work it out myself. So I was spending hours, you know, making this. It did take a while. But today I can show you all of the different variants. But let me show you in a sort of training what it would look like if you're driving around in this bad boy. All right, so let's say you were in DFH Stadium. This is what you'd look like whipping around in your painted Nissan Skyline. Look at that. I really like the front being super painted like that. Now, the underside obviously isn't painted because I can't edit that. But if I could, it would all be orange as, you know, most cars are when they're painted. But yeah, I think the painted Nissan looks super clean. It also is really nice to have the Nissan without any decals on because as you probably know, you can't actually put no decals on the Nissan. You can only put that sort of original decal with the stripes and stuff. But yeah, orange is my favorite right here because it goes together really well with the blue. But I will show you guys all the different colors. But like I said, I really like that the front is so like filled up and super painted. I was originally going to just make it the bit on the bottom, but that doesn't really feel special. And making it all painted like that, in my opinion, feels special. So yeah, let me know guys in the comments if you like my idea for the painted Nissan Skyline. Now let me show you all the different color variants I have made for you today. So I open up the Alpha Console plugin on Bagsmod. So the Burnt Sienna one looks a bit like this. Now as you can see, there's also a bit of glossiness to them, which I really like. Now I could have made it matte colored, but I think the glossy sort of texture looks better. So Burnt Sienna, you know, it's Burnt Sienna. There's probably not too much excitement there. Cobalt, you know, Cobalt blends in a lot with the actual car, but you kind of get the picture here. But yeah, I really like having the spoiler as the color as well. Even though, if you didn't know, on the Skyline, the spoiler actually matches the color of the accent color, that you select with your car, which I thought was a really cool touch for this anyway. Then we have crimson right here. I know a lot of people would like the crimson, especially since the lights are red on the back and sort of those pipes there going into the exhaust. So I think the red looks really, really nice with it, especially as well at the front. The R on the GTR text right there is also red, so it goes together really nicely. We also have forest green. Check this out. But yeah, I honestly had a lot of fun making this. As much as it is, you know, sometimes annoying trying to find where matches up with what, it is a very, very long and daunting task, but I still managed to have fun. And when you just get to see the end result, when you're, you know, testing it and going into game, it does, you know, it excites you because you finally get to see what you've made come into the game. And actually just editing decals on Rocket League just feels like you have some kind of power. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm actually making decals on Rocket League. Anyway, that's the grey one right there. Now, some of these colours might not be perfect because obviously I've taken them just from like samples of what they look like. And like I say, I can change them if I want to. I could sort of change them to any colour I want. I really like the lime one as well. Lime is one of my favourite colours in Rocket League. Now, not everyone agrees with that, but I do. I agree with myself. Yep, that makes sense. What on earth did I just say? So that's the lime. We've got pink. Now, the pink looks really, really nice. I like the pink there, especially with the blue. Now, obviously, in the actual game, you'd be able to put any sort of decals you want with these painted versions. But since this is actually technically a decal in itself, if I wanted to add other decals, I'd have to, like, custom make the decals myself and then add them on there. So I didn't have time to do that. I just really wanted to show you guys what the painted versions would look like. But if you guys want to know how to do this yourself, I can make a video on how you make custom decals. I think I did one in the past. I can do an updated one if you want, even though I think the old one should work. So I will link it at the end of this video, and you can go and watch that if you want to know. And I'll see if I can get you the custom textures and link them to you in the comments or something. It was actually really hard to find the textures for the GTR because basically, I really like saffron as well, by the way. But basically, nobody I found actually had the original sort of textures for them. I had to download a custom decal that someone else had made, then use their image, which I had to convert from some weird DDS file to a PNG, and then I took their decal and turned that into a template. So, you know, it was quite a lot of effort. But here's titanium white. I know you guys have probably been waiting for titanium white. That is a lot of people's favorite color, and it just looks so clean. Imagine getting yourself a titanium white Nissan Skyline. How much would this thing cost? Let me know in the comments, how many credits do you think a titanium white Nissan Skyline would cost? But also, I did mention at the start that, like I said, the windows I couldn't change the paint of, but I have an image right here of what the white one would look like if the windows also changed color. And as you can see, it would look just that even bit better than it already does. So you guys can truly imagine what a painted Nissan Skyline would look like. Anyway, guys, if you did like my painted Nissan Skylines, let me know by dropping a like. It would mean a lot. I've put a lot of, you know, time into making this, and I would honestly just love if these really did come to the game. So guys, like I said, comment down below your thoughts on this, and I will see you in the next one. And also, speaking of titanium white cars, if you do want a chance to win some white octanes, make sure you subscribe. Every 10,000 subscribers we get in March, we'll be giving away a white octane at the end of March, and we're already giving away one. So if you're not subscribed, you might as well, because you're guaranteed a chance of winning a white octane already. But I'll see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.